We're back here live at the Goose Gosling Arena. Referee Francis is looking at his watch. He's waving to both ends of the field to the goalkeepers. The goalkeepers are acknowledging. He's now looking to his officials to the side and to the benches. And now, as he surveys the park, he's looking at his fourth official, and he sees that everything is in good order, and he's asked Dandytown to start this match, which they do. Teams have changed side, obviously, and Dandytown is attacking the northern end of the field, and they're going to sweep the ball here to the left, and Burgess has got this. Going to Damon Ming, who flicks the ball down. Number 7, Gentino Martin is found Damon, and Damon has found number 15, and he's going to dribble to the ball into the box, going baseline as well, and up steps Callum Burgess, who cut it out, number 42, and he slid the ball down to number 99 on the inside here. Ball swept into the middle of the park. And now Casey's on this number 9, and he's found number 99 here on the far side, and he spins and turns. He's drawn 2 and 3, and the ball has been dispatched into and off the field by a number, the left back here, Keldre Burgess. Sorry, not Kel. Yes, the Keldre Burgess. And up steps number 18, Hamilton Parish, to throw it in, a long throw into the box. Number 99 gets a little flick on there, and momentary danger has been averted, and the ball is now in Beach, and Beach has found the midfield. Martin goes over the top, and Callan flicks the ball, and now Dandytown has retained possession, and this has been adjudged to be a foul. The feet were taken out of the Dandytown player, and as a result, number 3 will go across George Dyer to actually restart this match. And he's found number 4, Terrence Webb. And Webb is looking to go deep, and he does go down to center back. And as a result, it's going to be a potential interception, and the ball swept away by Burgess. And Burgess has put the ball in an advancing position for number 15, who's been bothered off the ball. And then the ball is going to Damon Ming, who's going to pass. And Mallory steps up. And this ball's been pushed out a little bit too wide for number 10, Smith. And Smith does what he can, and he's found an advancing Tucker. Tucker is looking to advance the ball, and unfortunately was not able to hold the ball in as a result of being pressured by a Hamilton player. They've won the ball, and Hollis has thrown the ball and flicked it on. And they've retained the ball, Hamilton Parish, and they've gotten good to go down the field. And it's flicked on. Oh! Not into possession, and now Hollis is on this and in the middle of the park, and he's going to go. No, I thought he was going to go long. No, he's cut back and found. And again, Hamilton Parish is pressuring, and up steps Mikhail Crockwell and drives this ball. The ball's bouncing around there, just too much for my liking. Not being cleared with authority by the back 4 at all. Balls bouncing into crazy positions, and maybe this is what was happening with the Hamilton Parish, because Dandytown is playing in that same end, and they may have found the conditions that they were attacking are now that they have to defend, and it's going to be to the benefit of the Hamilton Parish. So we'll see what takes place, and the ball still remains in Hamilton Parish's possession. Knocked down, swept onto Hollis. Hollis attempts to sweep over the top of the head of Webb. Webb got the benefit of that, and they're pressing. And it seems to be, yes, and the benefit. They've gotten this ball. Beach has got this, and the ball is played through, and definitely offside. You can see that, definitely an offside scenario there. Before the ball was kicked, he was advanced, and that was number 15. Janazi Swan, who has been adjudged by the Dandytown to have been in an offside position just before the ball was kicked. Ball's was swept off the field, and now it's back on the field, and now in the possession of the Hamilton Parish. And Ijaman Mallory will be looking to restart this particular match, and referee Francis has got his hand in the air looking to say, hey, direct. And here we go. Oh, he drives the ball down low. Interesting pass, but it's not met. And Up steps Callum Mabry, and he's looking to get possession, and he does so. And Hollis is underneath this. Ball swept out to the wide, number 20. He's going to try to go around his man, and he does. He sweeps the ball in, and Mikhail Krockel had to be equal to that task in terms of, because it was on target. Even though it came from the right, number 20 was able to get around this man with one move, Angelo Cannonier, and he was able to get the ball on towards goal. Ball's going to Angelo Beach, and Beach found Ming, and Ming's going to try to go over the top, and he does so, and Beach has received it back, and as a result, number 9, the ball comes out, and up steps, and Hamilton Parish are potentially on the move here. A retreating Dandytown has found that their calls for a penalty went for naught, and the ball is being swept in, and now it's being taken out by, and Ijaman Mallory steps up and dispatches this ball into touch. A throw in for the Dandytown Hornets deep into their half. George Dyer is looking to move the ball along, and he does. He's found Kavor Tucker. Tucker will go back to Dyer. Dyer is going to be looking to survey the park, and I think he's going to go across the field, and he does so. And Caldre Burgess is under pressure here. He said to chest the ball down, and unfortunately the ball bounced over him. Wind assisted scenario there, and he had to put the ball into touch. And the ball's been returned to the field. A throw in takes place, flicked on. Oh, and this is a header towards Mikhail, and Mikhail was able to get that before it went over the byline. Ball swept here on the left-hand side. Number 99 is going to look to get this up, and it's now to number, and Damon Ming try to come up, get underneath, and it's going to go to the benefit of Hamilton Parish as a throw-in, and number 18 will pick this up and start the game. And here he goes. Ball's thrown in. Didn't get where it needed to get, and Dandytown on the move. And the ball is cut out nicely by number 18. And he's going to look to service it, and he does so. And he's found, and unfortunately was not able to bring it under control. Number 9, Casey, or number 9, yes, Chris Casey. The ball was dropped right on his thigh, but it hit too hard and went into touch, where Mikhail Krockel starts this match, and it goes to the far right, and George Dyer blasted it off a Hamilton Parish player, and he tried to advance there, and that was number 11 to retrieve it back, and the ball's gone into touch, but it's deep, and Dandytown's going to have to throw from their corner line or corner flag area, and they do so. Up steps a few players, skying in the air, and Angelo Beach has played this ball back, and there's going to be and wonderful dummy, and it gave the opportunity for Mikhail Krockel to actually put this ball in place. Whoa! And it's high boot, unfortunately. And as Webb looked to step forward, he got the ball just in his side there, and Webb is asking for a moment. It actually caught him on his arm, actually lower arm just above his hand, and now he seems to be okay, shaking that off. The ball's driven to the far right-hand side of the field, where Smith has played the ball into Jatino Martin, and Martin plays the ball back to Dyer. Dyer's in the center circle, looking for a pass, and underneath of that pass was number 99, who knocks the ball into place, and as a result, the ball's going to be swept away by 18, and up goes Webb, and there's another heading thing, and who's underneath Beach? Beach plays it off to Martin. Martin will look. He's still starting to survey, and it's gone to the right-hand side and to Smith, and the ball's played with a 1-2 scenario, and Martin ran wonderfully into a position to receive. He's on this ball, looking to dribble it back and retain possession. He's doing so, but he's being bothered. He's retaining possession. Now he's summarily stopped by Hamilton Parish, and a lead drive is going to take place, and as a result, that's being swept up by Burgess. It almost cut out there. Eldre Burgess' pass was knocked down by number 19-9, Donovan Thompson. Ball's thrown in, and Donovan is underneath this throw, and Ming is on this, and Donovan standing strong, is able to move. He's looking to pass. Oh, and he's upended by by Caldray Burgess. Yes. Number 18 is on this now for Hamilton Parish. I don't have it. It could be Christian Smith. It's the only one that doesn't have a number by his name, and don't know if it is, but he's on this ball and he's going to look to service it in, and coming forward. Whoa, ladies and gentlemen, an interesting situation. A drive almost made it through, but not enough by Ijma Mallory, and out comes Beach, who's looking to service, and the ball's knocked on and into touch by a retreating Dandytown Hornets, the retreating Hamilton Parish team, and they'll allow for their players to regroup. And out comes Caldray Burgess, who's being substituted. He's number 23. He's going to give way to number 21, Brandon Miners. And he's played a wonderful match on the left-hand side. It'd be interesting to see if Brandon just takes up that position, and he does so. He's moved into the left-back position, Brandon Miners. Don't know whether or not who's the captain on this team, but I think Brandon did have the captain to see at one time, and don't see any indication of that. Oh, he's going to have to defend early. Ball's punched inside. Oh, no. Damon Ming was to the benefit of that, and he's going to look to, and number 18 is going to have to deal with that, and he heads it back cleanly to an advancing Nigel Burgess, who called for that. And this win, ladies and gentlemen, is playing a part in this match. Because the same conditions that they were attacking against, they're going to have to defend, because it looks like Hamilton Parish are getting the benefit of a wonderful move. And did he run out into offside position? No, he didn't. And defended. Number 4, Webb's going to get the benefit of this, and the ball's knocked out, and they're going to have to move the ball methodically and short, and it's slipped down to Beach, and Beach is looking, and he's gone mid-force back by number 99, or 26, I'm sorry, and he slid the ball into Martin. Martin is going to be bothered immediately, and then the benefit bounces to Shane Hollis. And number 11's on this, and he's looking to pass, and the passing lane was cut out wonderfully, but only momentarily. And up steps Chris Casey. Casey's going to go to the defensive line, and the ball's being called for and collected by Macau Crocker, the goalkeeper, who is definitely going to try to actually, and has recognized what the conditions he's playing under, and he's going to assist his back line as much as possible by being aggressive. Ball came late on the right-hand side where Smith was calling for it, and it didn't quite work out. There was a Sean Smith, and he had run into an offside position, and he realized it, and he chose not to even go after the ball. Burgess is driving this ball all the way down. It's actually bounced into the box and then allowed to run into touch, where Macau Crocker will start this game again with a goal kick. So we know what Burgess is attempting to do. He's going to use the wind to his benefit. All Hamilton Parish needs to do is get more bodies on that defensive line, and anything could potentially happen. We'll see whether or not they attempt to use that particular strategy. Ball's knocked all the way back to Burgess, and Burgess says, I know it's going to sweep. He's going to sweep, and he does so, but not to the benefit of his team, right to Damon Ming, who's being bothered by Casey, and now they're looking to attack the Hamilton Parish final third. And number 15's on this, and number 18 is looking to step forward, and he does so. He's got his man on his hip, and now he's looking for support, and now he plays the ball off of number 15 of the Dandytown Hornets, wins the corner, throws the ball 20-30 yards, and Brendan Miners was equal to all of that, and the ball bounces to Colin Thompson, who's here looking at this match, a sports writer, and he throws the ball in, and Brendan Thompson knocks the ball on in favor of Hamilton Parish, and the ball unfortunately was swept wide. Look, the opportunity is lost a little bit for Hamilton Parish, but Dandytown's going to have to be equal to the task of knocking the ball into touch, and they do so cleanly, and Hamilton Parish will get the benefit of the throw. Ball's gone back to the thrower, and it's going to be potentially going baseline with an attack. Here's a dribble, and he's dispossessed, and the ball swept up higher onto the field, and Smith will attempt to step forward, and Smith has gone to the ground there, and he's holding his leg as he checked back to the ball. A firm tackle was made on him, and as a result he's rolling around, raising his leg in the air, probably a step onto the Achilles area, because those sorts of things are painful, and it takes a little time, and hopefully he's not been skinned in that area, because it's a very painful scenario to be stepped on the Achilles, but if the skin has come off as a result, it's even more painful. Now he's back on his feet, and there has been even a signal for a sub by the medic of Dannytown Hornets that he should be looking to sub Ashan, because he doesn't seem to look like he can continue, and we see one player getting up to warm up based on that particular signal. And the game has resumed, and now Dannytown take possession, and we've got Lathan will push the ball out into Brendan Miners, and Miners will go over the top. Wonderful, powerful move, a powerful sweep. And as a result, number 26 is going to have to retreat. He's touched the ball once, and he saved it from going over the touchline, and number 15 advances, and a wonderful sliding tackle, number 18, and it's a corner, ladies and gentlemen. No, it is not a corner. It is a free kick, 7 to 10 yards off the corner flag, and Damon Ming is asking for time and space as his defender, number 26, backs up to the position of 10 yards off of that particular position, and that gentleman is Tariq Webb, and he's now found himself at the 7-yard line, and he's got to go back just 2 or 3 more feet. And as a result, now he's at that position, and that's about 10 yards, ladies and gentlemen. That's about 10 yards, sir.
Yeah, that's far away.
What? That's, oh my. He's carded him because he thinks that it's not 10 yards, and as a result, referee Francis has carded number 26, Tariq Webb. Didn't move fast enough, I guess. And Damon Ming is looking at his options. Sweeps the ball in, and it's defended by Mallory beautifully at the near post, and Brendan will step up, and his particular blast has been stopped as well, and as a result, Dandytown has been adjudged to have fouled after that blast that came from, and Ajman Mallory, who dove laid out to actually defend that particular free kick at the near post, headed the ball away at around 3.5 to 4 feet, and the ball, I think, hit him more squarely on top of the head as opposed to on the forehead, and he's in a momentary daze. And the medic is just returning from the Dandytown Hornets, and I think he signaled, yes, and has done a wonderful job last year, and he has been credited and rewarded by being attached to the national team. And we can only wish him well if he's involved with the national team as we try to aspire to World Cup. And the ball is now in play, and Dandytown Hornets is trying to defend this. They're being pressured, and the shot comes. Oh, and a wonderful drive. And Mikhail Crockwell had to go to his right on a one bounce. Always tricky, those. And up will go Burgess, who catches this cleanly as Beach was applying pressure. And now Burgess will go down the center again, and number 20 is trying to get there, and Mikhail is going to be equal to the task. And he's caught the ball cleanly. Ball was in the air to be won, and Mikhail picked it off the head of number 20. Slight contact was made, and now Mikhail's taken the same approach, a wonderful drive. And Smith is underneath this, he's defended by Mallory, and then the ball is swept away into touch, where the Hornets will actually go over there as they enter the final third of the Hamilton Parish's defensive end. At around the 25-yard mark, Damon Ming is on this ball. He throws the ball down to Smith flicks it on wonderfully to Martin. Martin's going to go baseline. He looks to drive back, and Callan Mabry does a back heel and puts the ball back towards Damon Ming, who had just come onto the field from throwing. And Damon's going to be looking to move forward, and there's a tackle from behind, and the final whistle has finally gone, where the referee assistant said that Damon Ming was upended, and as a result, I think, yes, the ball will be in the favor of the Dandytown Hornets. Just there, maybe 7 to 10 yards off the baseline. Sorry, off the touchline on the far right-hand side of the field. Ball was swept further, like down the field there, and Ijama Mallory, knowing that time is against him in terms of his entire team, so he goes to get the ball, astutely makes sure that before he puts the ball into the hands of the Dandytown Hornets, he gets back into his defensive position, and then now the ball is being placed where the referee assistant has dragged the ball out a little further. Yes, I thought it was closer to the touchline there, and now they're going to restart this. And Damon Ming has been given the ball, and he attempts to blast, and Callan Mabry and Damon Ming are involved, ladies and gentlemen. A hand. Oh! A hand was in between the legs, and they couldn't get up, and they were trying to get to their feet, and they got tangled up. And referee Francis has asked, but chosen, since the ball was driven out over the baseline, he just allows the play to go forward and start the game with a goal kick. Ball's flicked on, and number 99 is pressuring number 6. Lathan's going to have to do good there, and an attempt to keep the ball down in that particular side. Lathan blasts the ball off of the Hamilton Parish player, and they're going to have to throw this ball deep into their half, deep into their final third there. Wind against them as a result. And let's see whether or not... Oh, the ball didn't come in. It never came in. And it gets turned over as a result. And as a result... And the ball's thrown again and tried to be helped on. And it's flicked on into the box, and Brendan Miners is underneath this and flicked on, and number 18 is on this. And the ball's now with Casey, and Casey looks to turn. Hollis is on this. Hollis is looking to pat. He's found... Oh, whoa. Beach is on this. And as a result, Ijama Mallory was able to help clean up that scenario there, where number 26 was not able to do what he needed to do. And on this side now is Sean Smith, and he's dribbling, and he's got time and space. They're going to have to stop him before that takes place, and they did. And away breaks Hollis, and Hollis slips the ball to... Oh, and up steps. And referee Francis has ruled that the ball stays in possession of the Hamilton Parish, because Burgess, I think it was Burgess number 3, George Dyer, I'm sorry, stepped up and trying to be aggressive to win the ball, fouled. And Burgess is looking, and this might be interesting, even if Burgess chooses to shoot, it might be interesting. Wind assisted, but he goes up, tries to go over the defensive line, and it's cleanly knocked onto and into the path of Mikhail Crockwell. And he's looking to come to the top of the 18, throws out to number 15 here, and 15 is going to take his dribble, and he's looking to pass potentially, but continues to dribble. He does with the pass to Beach. Beach dribbles back underneath him, fakes a pass, then delivers the ball, and up steps number 26 defensively. Webb is looking to get this, and he does, and he delivers the ball back over to Kavor Tucker, and Tucker's looking at his options, sweeps the ball to the line, and Damon Ming will get this, and Damon will slide the ball astutely down the side there, and who's run underneath it? Tucker, who gave him the ball a few minutes ago. Credit his speed, credit his knowledge of the game, and he's looking to retain possession, and they do. And now Martin is looking, and up steps an astute Callan Mabry, who followed and saw that play and decided that he was going to step into the passing lane, and he does so. And Callan looked to come back and get this ball, number 42, and he's looking to go up the defensive line. Oh, and didn't quite work out. Mabry's going to help him out. And as a result, Mabry's been dispossessed, and Webb has gotten Beach away, and this ball has been pushed on to number 15. He's going to cut back, evade it, 1, 2, and he's going to be tackled, and Damon Ming has got to come into the picture, and he's going to move in. He's found the dribble, and who's he found? Number 15, and there's a drive, and Burgess put his foot to it and punched it high into the air, and the ball is back in the middle of the park, of where Dvorak is going to have to head this ball to keep the possession for the Dandytown Hornets. At number 3, has found Beaton Hollis. And the ball bounces favorably into his path, and then out of his possession, but not until the referee had adjudged that he had been fouled, and as a result, Dandytown Hornets at 30 yards have a potential of doing a shot on Nigel Burgess or going over the top of the defensive line of the Hamilton Parish Hot Peppers. And we've got people here on the side of the one person on the side, number 99 for Dandytown Hornets, Kevin Hurdle, and they've chosen to remove Sean Smith, number 10, and to credit his particular efforts this afternoon. He's been working both sides of the field, left and right, and Hurdle's come inside. He's a 6-foot-plus striker, and he's going to go in there to try to do what he can as a result. And he's taking up a position on the far side as opposed to the center, and Damon Ming is going to look to go over the top. Yes, he does, but it's defended resolutely, and the ball struck just a little bit too much pace. It'll go all the way to Crockwell, and Crockwell will catch quickly and release, and he's released Brendan Minus on the left-hand side, and as a result, Brendan will go down the left-hand side to Beach, and Beach gets the ball, and number 18 drops off of him, and Beach has beaten him with one move, and Hurdle's in there, and Hurdle's gonna have the opportunity, and up steps Burgess, and as a result, Hurdle's first touch has him going goal bound, and as a result, had Nigel on the ground. Nigel's frantically stayed with the ball as Hurdle tried to go around him, and Beach is on this and shut down by Callan Mabry as Beach tried to find the center of the park at around the six-yard line there. And he was on the baseline. Beach sets up for the corner. Damon Ming calls for it. Beach will go long, driven and headed away by Casey. Casey's headed it right to Damon Ming, and then he's closed down by 99. And 99, whoa! And Damon Ming came across to stop number 99 from getting any further, and that's Donovan Thompson. And he's at the 6'2" level, Donovan, and Brendan Minus skies, finds Beach, and as a result, Beach juggles 2 and 3 and 4, and then as a result, the ball is bubbling on Beach's head, showing us his dexterity, ladies and gentlemen, and number 9, Casey, chose to bring his foot up high to Beach's head and has been adjudged to have fouled there. Not a good thing. But now the ball's been placed here just in front of me, and Brendan Minor steps up, calling players to go in. He drives the ball beautifully, swirling in and out. Who goes up? But the tall man, and he should have headed the ball directly towards goal, but he headed it down one bounce, and as a result, on goal, cut out by Nigel Burgess. And now they look to raid again on the right-hand side, and with that speed, Damon Ming is on the far left, on the far right. He's looking to find his find a pass. He does so, and as he delayed, Eisenman Mallory put a stop to that, and out steps Burgess on that cross quickly, and Burgess is looking to feed again, and Minus is going to be axed, and his man is underneath him, and it's punched forward, and fortunately, as a result, Webb has put the ball up too. And the ball is then swept. And it's a very interesting scenario. And up steps number 26 to head the ball back to Burgess. And Tariq Webb is asking the referee, the ball was in flight, ladies and gentlemen, being dispatched. And we've got a player who's on the field, Callan Mabry, who's asking for assistance. A player on the Dandytown Hornets asking for his player to assist him with what is to be a cramping position. I think that's Lathan, who's laid out there, and could be a situation where cramping as a result of dehydration. The result is going out, and Ajman Mallory will now get the ball back in his possession with a throw-in, but it's deep into their final third, and as a result, the flare play gesture done by Dandytown Hornets. And Mallory throws down, and Ming's gotten underneath this, and Hurdle's looking to move forward, and as a result, swept away to Webb, and Webb is looking to get this ball, and he's bothered by Hollis, and now he has to retreat to the middle of the park into the center circle. He's played it back too far and out of the position, and then that was a wonderful pass by number 3, George Dyer, out to the right hand side to Kavora Tucker, which keeps the momentum alive. And now we've got a dribble taking place by number 15, who cuts it back, beating Mabry, and then help comes as a result for the Dandytown Hornets. And number 15's on this, and there's a bother, and 2 Hornets have upended number 11 of the Hamilton Parish player, Shaquem Allboy, and it's wonderful evading by, and Hollis has played the ball through and asked for it back, and Webb has cut it out, and as a result, cut out by Callum Mabry, and the ball is into touch, and he'll retrieve this ball primarily for the Dandytown Hornets because the clock is working against them. They've got to actually draw some blood on this particular match in terms of scoring their first goal, and as a result, and the ball has been placed there for a kick. And the ball's driven in, and it's going to be swept away by Ajman Mallory into the center of the park. Received. Knocked. Oh. And he did exactly what I thought he should do, number 20, and it's gotten to the benefit of Hamilton Parish. And still, Hollis is moving forward into a position, and headed away defensive. Mallory's up there, and it's a drive and a snatch down by McCrowell Cockrell as he dove to his left, knocked the ball down to the ground, and then retrieved it on the bounce. Good goalkeeping from that particular point of view. I thought the ball might have bounced free for a bit there, but no. Wonderful technique. Ball's headed on by Beach. Beach has put himself in scoring position. Driven, ladies and gentlemen. Dispatched in the back of the goal at about 16 yards to the right, to the left of Nigel Burgess. The ball had been knocked on just ever so slightly by Kevin Hurdle. Beach ran to receive it around there 2 to 5 yards away. Took it in his stride, allowed the ball to drop into his power zone. Nigel Burgess attempted to set up for the potential stop, but the ball was well placed, lots of velocity, and before he could react, which he did in the right scenario, diving to his left, it was past him and in the back of the old onion bag, as they say, and to the crowd's pleasure, or especially the pleasure of the Dandytown Hornet fans. And now the game is restarted, knocked into Hollis. Hollis flicks it around to Callan, and Hollis looks to possess. Ming is looking to hold on to this ball, and there's a hold, and there's a knock forward. Martin is going to get this. Tina Martin and Dandytown have taken possession. Ming goes to Beach. Beach goes out here to Hurdle. Hurdle's on the left-hand side, and there's an offside scenario. And as a result, to the displeasure of the Dandytown Hornets, but an offside's an offside once the referee assistant has ruled. And Callan Mabry looks to drive this ball into a very interesting position, defended initially by Tucker, and it's in the, yes, ladies and gentlemen, got one back, ladies and gentlemen. Took them a while, but just like that, a wonderful 30 to 40 yard drive to the left or to the right of Crockwell at the 16-yard line. The ball was defended initially by Kavon Tucker, didn't go far enough. It bounced. There was enough men in the box for the Dandytown Hornets, and there was a quick dispatch of the ball past Crockwell. Could only take the ball out of the back, but the ball's again being swept forward, and Beach is on this, and Callum Mabry is looking to play, and he's found number 9, and number 9 helps out, and Callum Mabry's looked to move forward, and he's flicked it, and unfortunately not far enough, and is now back into the possession of the Dandytown Hornets. So this game's very much alive, still being contested, obviously, by Hamilton Parish, and they're looking to actually continue to play if they can, and Nigel Burgess is looking to show his skill as a player. Dispatched the ball in the middle of the park to number 26. And wonderful push forward. And unfortunately, not in the correct position by Aljamain Mallory, and Callum Mabry is lost out. But he stayed true to his task, and he's moved the ball forward. And he tried to find his forward, who was all alone, really. And he went over the top of the defensive line of the Dandytown Hornets. And if they're not careful, they're going to find that ball will be dispatched again in the back of the net, to the chagrin of their team, and definitely not to the benefit of Mikhail Crockwell. And we've got battling going on here, and number 18 will get this ball, and he's throwing it to Casey, and Casey goes back, flicks it through and runs around, and Hollis is on this with Casey, and Hollis is gonna go over the top, and there's a run and an attempt to get that ball into the passing lane by Hollis. Almost worked out, but it was defended by one Lathan, and Lathan is reading these plays well as well. Oh, and Hollis convergence there by Miners from behind, definitely, and Ming from the front. And referee Francis was astute to that, and he's ruled a free kick. And number 18 is moved forward, and Callum Mabry, who just delivered that wonderful pass, which actually froze the defensive line of Dandytown Hornets, is looking to do much the same again. He's positioned, he's looking at his options, he steps, ball's going across, and Mikhail Crockwell's going to punch, and he does so cleanly, and he's on the ground now. He's back up. Referee chose, and it's not, it's going to be swept back in, and into possession, and knocked on, backheeled, and they're going to have to clear their lines, and they do so. The Hornets come forward again, and number 15's got this to Beach, and Beach is going to go to Beach. Number 19 goes back to him, 15, and he's running on the far wide side. He's going to look to deliver inside. Found Martin. Martin's backed out. He's looking for a pass, and he's looking to retain. Goes back to number 15. He evades, stays on his feet after a slight tackle, and the ball, unfortunately, was passed errantly, and a wonderful pass. It's number 9. He's going to chase it down. Run out of room. A splitting defensive pass by Aljamain Mallory. Wind assisted, definitely all along the carpet, though. It bubbled up. The angle was not quite right for number 20. He tried to do what he could to get back, to retain the ball, and he ran out of room, ladies and gentlemen. And we have 3 players, number 90, number 17, and number 22 of Hamilton Parish. So they're going for broke to inject new energy into this particular match. Mikhail Walker comes in. Number 22 goes in. Patrick Richardson, and number 17 goes in. Kaneko Richardson. Then out comes Callum Mabry. And now up comes the kick. And Beach is going to sky for this. He knocks it up, gives his team a chance to retain possession, but it's met. And Mallory knocks this ball down, and Casey knocks it back. And it's wonderful pass out here. Number 90 is in there. He's moving forward. He's going to try to service. He does. The ball goes, and in up steps Lathan, who saw that out back to the middle of the park. But it's retained by Hamilton Parish. And there's a dribble taking place on the left-hand side, looking to go in the interior. And he's forced to drive this ball off the baseline. And a shot should take place. It is a temporary scenario where David Ming got the benefit of a block shot, and he tries to find... And the ball's back in, ladies and gentlemen, the pressure. And Hollis is on this. It slipped up and knocked back out to number 15, who's going to take it away from danger. And he's caused. And Dandytown's on. And well watched by the subs. And the ball's attempted to be put in the passing lane. He advances even further. Hollis is on this. Hollis will try to drive. Oh, yes, sir. Wind assisted, moving across. Crockwell knew the danger of that. Fortunately, he recognized also that the ball was rising and going beyond his reach. But definitely, as a result of that, he's talking to his players about making sure that that sort of situation does not happen as often as he would like it to happen, because it's going to cause problems for him. And they're going to need to actually close that. And I'm thinking that the Hamilton Parish recognizes now that in the latter part of this particular match, that they're going to need to try to shoot, use the wind. It's causing the ball to drift very quickly from what I call left to right, and if they can use that to their advantage, they may find that the ball will be deposited in the back of the old onion bag, as they say in the Scottish League. And Hamilton Parish again flicked the ball into a position, and Mikhail Krakow says, let it come back to me and I'll take it back and waste a few minutes here, and he's done so, and he's caught the attention of number 22, who makes sure that he does not waste any more time, and the ball's now in Krakow's hands. He advances to the 18 and he's looking to drive the ball up, and he does so. The ball goes high and it's spinning out, and it's knocked in nicely and onto Ming's, and Ming goes, and Ming is being bothered, and now number 90 has been adjudged to have fouled him, and Mikhail Walker making sure that Ming was always going back into his own half, and now the ball is being placed by Brandon Rogers and Brandon Miners, and he's going to look to put this particular ball into play. Left hand, wonderful drive, 20-30 yards in the air, and it's headed away defensively onto number 9, Casey. Casey's going to look to dribble, and he continues to dribble on the far side here. He's put the ball into Ijaman Mallory's path, and then Mallory's looking to move forward. He knocks the ball far enough where up steps Lathan, and Lathan dispossesses Danny, and Lathan has moved into an offensive position, found number 15. He's looking to get it back. Yes, he does get it back, and he's turning, and he's pushed the ball into a position where, oh my, a reach around from the backside of his body. Couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. It actually popped up, and as he was reaching back as well, he could not get enough of a clean strike. And now we have a Dannytown player being put into the fray. Number 5, Jared Peniston, who's being put into this particular match for number 15, who has been a Janazi Swan, who's been very, very busy causing the offensive strike for the Dannytown Hornets, and you can credit his effort as well. Met here by his player, and Jared Peniston will go in. It looks like we may actually be, with this particular move with Jared Peniston, they're going to go a little bit more defensive as a result. And yes, Jared is taking up basically a holding position there just in front of the defensive line, and just to cut out those particular passes that are coming in, bouncing. And Hollis is on the move, doing a 360. And he's going to go baseline. Yes, he is. Oh, he ran out of room, and the ball has gone into touch, and there will be a throw in. Kavorchaka picks the ball up, starts to play. Ball swept in the middle of the park. It's met by Ijaman Mallory, who settles the ball, and very delayed pass. And as a result, a good run underneath. Whoa! And number 17 has been adjudged to have fouled a Dandytown player. That's Kaneko Richardson. And over the top goes George. And the ball's going to be knocked into touch as a result. And Hamilton Parish will get this ball back. Ball's thrown down and wonderfully unfortunately, an attempt to execute. And the ball's back into the hands of Nigel Burgess. And number 90 being watched closely by number 99, Kevin Hurdle. And now Burgess is going to drive this ball again back into the danger zone. And it's got to be headed cleanly. Peniston skies. It doesn't quite work out. It goes into the position where it's headed on in favor of Hamilton Parish. Hamilton Parish is going to attempt to keep it alive. And up steps number 9, who tried to poke it forward, but out comes Beach, dribbling to the side, and it's flicked around. Number 90, and wonderfully put forward, and Martin's going to go wide, put into position the path of, and Damon Ming sweeps it in early, and up goes Nigel Burgess, where Beach was going to be the next recipient of it after that bounce, and Burgess is waving his team forward. He's asking them, and the ball's met by Webb, unfortunately, and knocked right back into the path where Damon Ming is looking to riot, and has sent Webb driving on the left-hand side, and Nigel, and there was a pull. There was a pull, ladies and gentlemen. Spun Ijaman Mallory around. A slight pull by Webb. I don't know if he pulled him, but the equilibrium of Ijaman Mallory was upended somehow, and the referee Francis, before the ball was deposited in the back of the net, had blown the whistle, and Hamilton Parish will continue to try to get this score back, even though they're down by 2 goals. And as a result, Nigel Burgess will get the benefit of putting his team back into an offensive scenario, and the ball is flicked to Hollis, and the ball, oh, this is interesting, and dispossessed, and there's a foul. There's a foul. Hamilton Parish fouled player, Lathan maybe, or George Dyer there. Yeah, George Dyer. Number 3 was fouled, and Mikhail Crockwell stepping up there and drives this ball to the far right hand side of the field, where it's headed down in the possession of number 17, Richardson. And Richardson's going to look to try to find a pass, and there's a knock on and knock the Ganks, number 22, Tucker of the Dannytown Hornets. And Mallory's going to try to drive this ball to the middle of the park. He does so. He's found his striker, who settles the ball, number 20, and the ball is cut back into. And number 6, Lathan got a little knock on his ankle, and he's grimacing, ladies and gentlemen. And they're going to play on, ladies and gentlemen. Number 22's got this ball and it's been adjudged, and Lathan's struggling, ladies and gentlemen. And he's chosen to work it out, ladies and gentlemen. No real malice in the foul or the injury that Lathan has. It's just that foot stayed in there, and he was summarily knocked on his ankle, and those types of things really hurt. But he's going to shake it off. And the ball's now been put into the offside position, deep into the Dandytown third. Brandon Miners is going to look to sweep this ball. It's met by the head, and Casey will knock the ball to 90. And as a result, the ball's knocked back to number 18, and he slips the ball back to number 19. And there's going to be an attempt to drive at them, and the air is going to drive, and the ball, oh, the attempt. And Dandytown's going to look to try to save this corner. Into the palm trees, just there down the far right hand side of the field. And there will be a corner for the Hamilton Parish team. This is going to be very interesting, ladies and gentlemen, because if this ball goes into the back of the net, it's going to be nothing but fast and a furious end to this particular game. The ball's wonderfully, oh, and Nigel Mallory met the ball, and unfortunately he wasn't able to get it down into the direction of goal, but it did go towards goal, but it went high, I'm sorry, and out. No real danger for Mikhail Crockwell, number 31, dressed in red here today. He's placed the ball for the goal kick, and up he steps, drives the ball, and I hear the whistle, ladies and gentlemen. I hear the whistle, and I'm sure the Dandytown Hornets and their fans have heard the whistle, and the coaches meet in the middle of the park as a result, and all is good as these two teams bring this wonderful match, very well contested, to an end. And congratulations go around the park, both teams, as they begin to leave this particular facility called the Goose Gosling Arena. And this is Stan Bean and Wendell Wenji Simmons speaking to you live in Hamilton, Bermuda. And for those of you who've joined us live here, and for those of you who are here by the radio, and those around the world by the internet, we bid you good night as the Bermuda Football Association Premier Division begins to wind down, and the fury continues as to whether or not who's going to be winning, who's going to be losing. We've got maybe at least 2 to 3 games left in this particular 2014-15 season. And we bid you good night and send you back to the station.